Ladies and gentlemen, welcome, welcome, welcome. I am back. I'm sure you thought I left, but no. We just went on a little Easter break, but we're back now. We are here. We're about to kill this. I hope you guys are ready for an amazing show. Welcome, my name is Soleil Steele, and this is The Late Shift. Let's kick it off, ladies and gentlemen. Let's kick it off. I don't know if you guys heard about this, but I got very excited when I heard that Cyril Ramaphosa, President of South Africa, will be launching, yes, youth employment services. Now, my understanding of the youth employment services is basically any youth that comes out of college or varsity or whatever the case may be with their degree will be given a year's internship at a, obviously at a business that is pretty much the same or within their field. I think this is awesome. I think this is great because one of the things is that we are providing a, work experience, but at the same time, I don't think it's that great. I don't think that this is such a good idea. I think it's great. Yes, you're providing work experience and that's awesome. But my question is, how does this really help these kids? Because at the end of the day, the corporates are going to have to take in new interns the next year. So once your year internship is done, you're out of there, right? And you basically have to be the creme de la creme. You have to be the top of the top to possibly get offered a job at whatever company that you have been interning at. Now, I'm not saying that you can't, but what I'm saying is that the vast majority are going to end up in the same position that they've been in anyway, right? That's just my opinion on this. I don't think that this is such a great move. I think that there needs to be something else put in place. I haven't really thought about what it is yet, but there needs to be something that addresses the youth unemployment issue, because I do believe that that is a massive problem. But throwing this at it, no, I don't think this works. For me, I kind of feel like this is something that will benefit Cyril's corporate homies. That's it. That is the truth here. That's what I feel. Because I think that they just get to say, okay, I'm pretty sure there's tax breaks here. There must be a tax break that these people will be getting, right? I'm not saying it's a bad thing, but what I'm saying is that's just a little bit shady because it's literally just herding the cattle in and out. Doesn't make any sense to me, but hey, moving on to what I found probably one of the most fascinating stories of last week was the ex-South Korean president Park Geun-hye has been sentenced to 24 years in prison for corruption. Now, this is funny because we know somebody who I think he just recently started his trial, former President Jacob Zuma. Now, this is very interesting, right? Because Jacob Zuma faces, 700 odd charges of corruption. I'm not really sure how many Ms. Park had, but she got 24 years for this, right? And for me, that is a big deal. That's a big step in the right direction. Because we need to see these presidents they need to be held accountable, right? They're not holding themselves accountable. I'm not saying that obviously they're not holding themselves accountable, but nobody within government is holding these presidents accountable, right? So now for me to see that, I was like, awesome, a president is going to jail for 24 years. Now you might say, oh yeah, but they're going to get a nice cushy little this and cushy little that. Besides the point, this is an example being set. And hopefully, here in South Africa, we see this and we go, Jacob, you probably need to serve some time. But I have a feeling, ladies and gentlemen, that we are going to see Schabir Sheikh's probably his lawyer, yes, and his doctor appear from nowhere, and Jacob Zuma will be diagnosed with some sort of crazy illness. That is probably what's going to happen. Where is Schabir Sheikh? As far as I remember, Schabir was in the hospital because he was sick, and then boom, gone. The Guptas took over. There's always something else that comes in that flips the script on us. Jacob, we're watching you. We know that you, sir, should be going to prison for the crimes that you committed. Somebody else will hold you accountable, and I hope that our system does that. Moving on. This particular topic or discussion is very weird. I'm sure you guys have heard about her. Her name is Nasim Akhdam, and she was a YouTuber. She was the YouTuber who basically attacked the YouTube headquarters with a gun. Now you may be wondering, why would somebody do that? Well, one of the reasons why she did that is because YouTube was demonetizing her videos, which basically means YouTube was no longer sending ads or putting ads on the videos that she was putting out, which were basically fitness videos. But one of the reasons why YouTube did what they did was kind of because she was putting out vegan videos, animal cruelty videos showing what is happening to animals in slaughterhouses and things of that nature. And I kind of feel like YouTube has a right to basically suspend whatever they choose to suspend. People need to understand this. YouTube is a business. They don't employ you. You are a content creator who's choosing to put your content on their platform. They choose what they want to do with your content. Look at Logan Paul. Let's look at Logan Paul. Great example. Right? When it happened with Logan Paul, everybody was like, yeah, boo, boo, Logan Paul, boo. But when it happened with Nakdam, everybody was like, yeah, what she did was right. She shot people. Like, I don't care. Like, you see, this is the thing. We focus on the wrong things sometimes as people. She shot people. She went into a building and shot it up. Fortunately, nobody was injured. Well, no, people were injured, but nobody was harmed severely except her. She turned the gun on herself and she killed herself because I'm guessing she knew she was going to be arrested for this. Cool, but why do you? I don't understand this. This is to me not logical. You're going to harm people who? I mean, it's not like the people in YouTube are the ones who are making these decisions, right? There's a set of guidelines that YouTubers put out to protect people from seeing things that they don't want people to see. You may view that as, oh, well, that is big meat, the big meat industry coming in and destroying. Come on, ladies and gentlemen, the big meat industry, really? I mean, you can be vegan if you want to be vegan, but I mean, do you have to force other people to also be vegan? If I see those videos, which I have, I'm not saying that I haven't, yeah, I'm disgusted by it. But then I continue to eat meat. Like, these are choices that we get to make. Right? We choose what we do. And I feel that YouTube had the right to choose what they chose. And they did the right thing in my opinion. People are taking these social media platforms in the wrong way. You think that because it's a social media platform, you get to dictate how it works? No. They still get to dictate how it works. It's their platform, their business, and their company. So people, start paying attention to how you think. You think that these big social media corporations are going to, for a second, be concerned about you. They're really not. Create your content, try and follow the guidelines, and that's that. Simple, I think. Moving on. It's been a good week, right? I mean, last week was a good week. The Easter break was a good week. I'm just going to digress. I don't know if you guys saw the Donald Trump speech that he gave for Easter, and he was standing next to the Easter bunny, which is awesome. But then the caption at the bottom said, "President left." So the president basically explaining on which side the president was. This is the funny part. Maybe some people wouldn't have been sure who was the president and who was the Easter bunny. That broke me. I was just, that image went viral. I found it extremely funny. That was me digressing. Whew. On a serious note now, I don't know, you guys obviously know, everybody knows the passing of Winnie Madikizela Mandela. The one thing and I apologize if I pronounced her middle name incorrectly, I sincerely do. The one thing that I found extremely disgusting was the fact that at the time of her death, people chose to speak ill of her. The DA, for example, Lucy Maimani, for example. You chose to come out and speak ill of this woman. You chose to come out and speak ill of the mother of South Africa. This is what she's been dubbed as. I don't understand. I was having this conversation the other day when we were speaking about people's actions and their legacies, right? So what happens? How do we separate the two things? And this is what I want to do here, right? I want to separate Winnie Mandela's legacy from the actions that people claim she did. in terms of the xenophobic attacks. I want to take that away. I'm not saying that what she did was right. No, I'm not saying that. But what I'm saying is that should not tarnish the woman's legacy. What she did during the apartheid era and during the apartheid regime as a black woman was a game changer. It was a game changer. She changed for women today, for black people today, for people in general. Winnie Mandela changed everything. So I don't understand how people can come out and speak ill of her. Like, don't you have any decorum? Like, how do you speak ill of the dead? You know what I mean? Like, unless when somebody is truly horrible, right? When somebody is a truly horrid human being, Adolf Hitler, when Hitler died, we could speak ill of him because you were a horrid human being. You see where I'm going with this? Kind of see the comparisons that I'm trying to make, because that's the comparisons people are trying to make. She incited these lynchings. She incited the tire burning. She. Do you think that she was the only person who was saying this? I'm not saying that she was right, no. But firstly, during the xenophobic attacks, these people made a decision to do what they were doing anyway. That was gonna happen. I'm not saying that what she said was right, but what I'm saying is tarnishing somebody's legacy and tarnishing all the work that Winnie Mandela put into this country to make it what it is today. You should be ashamed of yourself if you do that. And it's exactly the same as people who spoke ill of Nelson Mandela when he died. You should be ashamed of yourself. It's that simple. So I want us to remember her legacy. That's all I'm asking. Let's speak about the great that Winnie Mandela did. Let's speak about the amount of people that she freed from oppression. Let's speak about that. Let's speak about the changes that Winnie Mandela brought forth to this country. Let's speak about how she helped with the ANC. Let's speak about how she helped with the Women's League. Let's speak about that. Let's teach our daughters about great black women who have achieved greatness. Let's not bring them down. Let's not. Moving on. So I don't know if you guys, I'm sure you guys have, which is also another big victory in South Africa, Vicky Momberg. Hey Vicky, I'm sure you probably can't see this because I don't think there's YouTube in prison. But Vicky Momberg has been sentenced to 3 years in jail for her racial slurs. One of the cool things was, I think it was this, after she was sentenced, I think a few days after she was sentenced, she came back to court with cornrows. If I was out, I would have come with an afro and I would have done that. Like, you're done. No. This is a massive move, and this is something that I read an article that I kind of agreed with, and I actually agreed with it a little bit here. We do need to thank Vicky Momberg for this. We do. Because this is a step in the right direction. This is one of the first few people to actually be charged with using racial slurs, and she called cops the K word 48 times. 48 times in whatever you want to say. It was rage, it was anger, whatever you were going to say, degrading and dehumanizing a person that many times simply shows me one thing: you do that on a regular basis. That is your life. You are a racist, and that's true. Racists must not go to prison. 3 years, right? And this blew Twitter up. This was the crazy thing. Twitter went absolutely insane. One of the reasons why Twitter went insane is because there's a community there called Black Twitter. And for the first time in a very long time, we got the opportunity to see something that we haven't seen. Not even in America have we seen this. We have not seen any action taken like this before. So to the judge that presided on this case, we salute you, we support you. We believe that you are leading this country into the right direction. This great nation of ours needs more of this. I just want to see this, and I'm happy to see it. Super happy, super excited, super pumped. Vicky Momberg, thank you very, very much for leading South Africa into a new era. Mazel tov. Moving on. So the DA Congress, Either it's happening now or it's happening on the weekend, something about the DA Congress, right? And the thing is, I'm just going to address this because I'm constantly on the case of the DA. Because somebody has to do it. I'm joking. There are so many other people that do this. There's so many people who seek to do the DA right now. It's insanity. And the reason why I'm bringing this up is because Twitter. Twitter, baby. I'm telling you, we go going nuts on Twitter because of this DA Congress. And one of the reasons is the DA has basically come out and said that their cabinets, their ranks, full of diversity, 70% black. But you never see those people in front of the cameras. You never see those people being said, hey, this is so and so. You never get introduced to these people. Why? Why? And from what I've seen, most of those people were white. I'm not saying, listen, hey, this is not a race thing. I really want people to understand this. Diversity doesn't mean just black and white. Diversity means a whole bunch of different, diverse. It's a lot, it's a big group of, it's a mixture. But there's no mixture. There aren't many Indians, there aren't many colors, there aren't many Asians or Chinese people in there. There's none of that. So what is your diversity? What diversity are you talking about? I just don't understand what the DA's plan is. Everybody might be saying, look, we're getting, it's a long way till next year, long way till elections. But I'm sorry, great campaigns start long before elections even take place. Great campaigns, long before. And Musi has literally been on a downhill slope to a horrible campaign. He's not going to pull this off. The DA is not going to win much. Because they flip-flopping too much. They flip-flop too much. They stand for nothing. They fight against anything. So it's just a bunch of weirdness when it comes to the DA, as per usual. But, one thing that I really want to see is more of this. I want to see people exposing not just the DA, the ANC, the EFF, the IFP, every single political party that's going to be campaigning now needs to be exposed, because we live in this era, which is the social media era, the internet era, where information like this can get spread out very, very quickly. And we need that to happen. This is how people are now getting informed. People are now consuming their content online. I watch The Spectre of the Nation on YouTube. I don't need to watch it on SABC. I'm not trying to give SABC any viewership, things like that, no. But it was on the SABC thing, so I guess that it balances out. But SABC was smart enough to catch me that way. Do you know what I mean? They have their channel, they streamed it. Thinking people. So if you want to consume information and you want to know what's going on with your political parties, or just in your district, people in your area, what are they doing for your community? Go online, do a search, find out. You know what I mean? Like, that's what we need to be doing here. We need to be on top of this, because this is the only way we start to change things. The people are the ones that can change things. We can't just sit back and let the politicians do what they're doing, because that hasn't worked for many years. We sit here and we complain about the fact that Jacob Zuma was in power, but how many people actually came together to prevent that in terms of going to vote? I met so many people who said, I'm not going to vote because nothing will change. Yeah, well done. You proved yourself right, because you knew that was going to happen, you fool. Like, I just don't understand that. We all have to come together and we all have to put a stop to this. If we want things put in place, we have to show the government, the presidents, all these politicians just how serious we are. And this message is specifically for the youth. You guys are getting this youth employment and so on and so forth. He is definitely, and most parties are going to keep on doing this. They are going to be playing to your vote. I know you guys are smarter than that. Do your research. Find out what their policies are. What do they stand for? What are you promising us, and what can you actually deliver on? Because let's not forget, Cyril Ramaphosa has made some promises. We are already in April. How many of those promises have we seen come to fruition? How many of those things are we not talking? Most of what we see now about Cyril is him in Cape Town on the beach doing walks. I wish you guys could have seen Jock's reaction to that. Like, this is what I'm talking about. Right? I feel we need more. I want to know what their policies are, so I'm putting myself out there. I'm asking questions. I'm speaking to people who have a political understanding of where can we find these policies, where can we find what they stand for. I don't want to hear you at your rallies, please. I do not want to hear you at your rallies. Because at your rallies, that's when you're the most hyped. I want to hear you at a press conference, tell me what the plan is. This is what we're going to do. Yes. Thank you. Let's move on. Man, we got a lot of news to get through, so sit back, pause it, go grab some water, grab some popcorn. It's gonna be, we're going in, baby. We're going in. Moving on. Moving on. I don't know if you guys heard about this. This was an extremely fascinating story for the mere fact of this is just somebody who just wanted to do something good. So there is a woman in the States who decided that she's going to marry a tree. Yeah, you might be wondering, what the heck am I talking about? Yes, ladies and gentlemen, she decided to marry a 100-year-old tree in the hopes of saving it from being cut down. I agree with that. Look, the tree's been there for 100 years. Why cut that down? Like, honestly, why cut down that history, that heritage, the roots of that tree? You know, this is what humanity does, right? We don't look at things like, oh, it's been here for 100 years. Can we figure out a way to preserve it? No, we figure out, well, I mean, big corporation needs this land, so hey, let's, take the land. Doesn't, this is that again, land expropriation. I'm sure you guys heard about that situation. You guys have been hearing about the situation. You heard about what area was that? Hammanskraal? No, I might be wrong. I'm sorry, I might be wrong. But there was an area where police station was burnt down, library was burnt down. People were literally coming for the farmers. We coming to take our land, and the farmers were sitting and having a meeting, basically discussing how they are going to protect themselves. The only way they're going to protect themselves is through violence. This is violence. It's going to be that. We are at the brink of a civil war because of land. Because people do not want to sit down and have a conversation, right? I literally saw this on Twitter, the funny thing about it was, right, that, I don't know, well, I'm guessing the farmers had basically had a photographer there, because they were in like this little coffee shop, and the guy was taking pictures of them, running, having videos of them and talking about how, hey, so, what are you guys doing here? No, I'm just having a meeting to discuss how we're going to protect ourselves. Funny enough, I didn't see that on any news platform. I actually saw that from a random citizen. No news platform covered that. What the news covered was the burning of the things, which is correct. That was wrong. But you didn't cover the fact that the farmers responded by saying, we are going to commit some things back if we get attacked. We're going to respond with violence. Now, that issue happened over 2 weeks ago and we haven't heard anything about it yet, but hey, that's just how the world works. Moving on. Man. What are we moving on to? Oh, man, this was exciting. So I've asked a few people this question. I'm very keen to talk about this. French President Macron, I love saying that man's name, it's just such an awesome name. He's deciding that kids should start preschool at 3. I don't know when kids start preschool. I'm not a parent, so I don't know, but I do know that. I think kids usually start preschool at about 5 or 6, and then they start primary school at 7, right? That's basically how it works. But now this means that the process will be sped up. So they'll probably go to primary school 3 or 4, and then 5, 6, 7, they will now become primary school students. Which is crazy, right? And the reason why I wanted to touch on this topic was, have we started to live in we've always lived in a competitive world, that's a fact. But have we gone hyper competitive now? Have we gotten to a point where we're pushing our kids at a young age beyond what they might be capable of? Are we actually taking away kids being kids? Like, I remember growing up, like, my parents were hard on me. My parents were hard on me, school, all of that type of jazz, but they still allowed us to be kids. Eat sand, eat mud. Every Sunday lunch I get to hear the story of how I ate mud. So, we got that experience. But now we've sort of taken that, I don't know if we're taking that away, it's just an interesting situation for me, because obviously, yes, we all want our kids to be successful and to be the very best. But at the same time, when does it become you are vicariously living through your child? That's the truth, right? We've got to watch that. We really have to pay attention to these small little details because these are important things. That's just my take. But I found it really interesting, and I thought, man, let me put it out there. Let me put it out there to you guys and see what you guys think about this. Would you do this for your kids? What age would you start your kids in primary school? Like if you had the option. Would it be something that's compulsory? Would it be something that you get to choose? So banter that around, leave me some comments, let me know. Do you think that I'm wrong by saying we are being hyperly competitive? Do you think that I'm right by saying, hey, we should let kids be kids? Comment section, let me know. Okay, thank you very much. Moving on. So this was, man, and there was two different things about this. We're gonna sort of move on to gun violence and that situation in America and how that keeps playing out on social media. And the reason for this is because it keeps playing out on social media. I read two different reports of two different groups of friends who shot each other by accident. One on Instagram Live, one on Facebook Live. Now I sit here and I wonder, what? How do you firstly, why are you playing with guns? Why are people doing this? Why are you showing off guns on Facebook and Instagram Live? Why are you using social media platforms to snitch on yourselves? Honestly, and the worst part is these guys have their locations in there, yeah, I'm out here. What are you doing? You crazy person, stop it. You guys, honestly, guys, it just needs to stop. This era of gun violence and just violence in general needs to come to an end. And the worst part is a lot of this is taking place on social media. A lot of it. Way too much of it, actually. It's insane the amount of accidental killings that are taking place on Facebook Live, Instagram Live. And then you obviously have the others, which is the cop killings, which are being recorded on the cop shootings, which are being recorded, which I think is great. But those cops are still not being charged because they felt threatened. Now, this is an interesting one that I'm bringing up, right? Because there was a video that went viral on Facebook of a young white man who was basically being chased down by police. Eventually they pulled him over, they got him over. He then gets out the car and absolutely starts losing his mind on the cops. This guy's chasing the cop around. It was absolute insanity. And the people who were recording it were basically trying to calm him down, but they were pretty far away from him. Literally, you can go check this out. Hopefully we can get a link for that, so we'll pop it in here. But basically what happened was, they were chasing the cop. This guy was going on with this cop. Cop is chasing him and doing this. Eventually this gentleman gets back in his car, rams into the cop car, turns around, gets out the car, and runs away. I'm not making this a race thing, but I guarantee you, if that was a black man, he would have been shot way before he got out of his car. We need to stop playing these double standards. And I'm talking about globally here. Globally, every single race, we need to stop playing double standards. We can't play both sides of the coin. It just doesn't make sense. What's wrong is wrong and right is right. That's how it should be. But we've gotten into this world now because of the likes of Donald Trump and fake news and all that type of jazz, where the truth can kind of be jaded. When you say things like the truth is subjective. Not really, the truth is the truth. That's it as far as I'm concerned. I may be wrong, but that's the truth. Right? So we need to start, as people, we need to start figuring out and having better conversations. That's just what I think. I think one of the main things when it comes to inequality, when it comes to oppression, when it comes to racial tensions, when it comes to lesbian, gay, the LBG community, when it comes to all of that, what we need to do is we need to start having these conversations but drop down the emotion. Because people are saying things to incite situations. A lot of people aren't actually trying to help the conversation. They're just trying to incite it. And when you do that, you take away from the conversation. And now we're talking about something else. So let's address the thing that's in front of us and deal with that, but in a manner that is respectful and understanding for all parties. Because nobody deserves to be living the way that we are all living right now. We really don't. Living in fear, no. Why are we living in fear? We call this freedom. What freedom is this? How are we free? How is any human free the way we live right now? Moving on. Yeah. On that note. There was a few weeks ago, or a week or two ago, there was an attack in Syria by the Syrian government on the rebels, which basically killed 42 people. It was a chemical assault in Syria. Innocent people, men, women, and children were killed during this attack. Innocent people. And as far as I'm understanding, or it has been understood, an agreement was reached between the Syrian government and the rebels, and yet the Syrian government chose to do what they did, which was basically kill your own people. You know that I feel like animals have a little bit more control than humans do. It's very rare that you hear of a lion eating a lion or a leopard eating a leopard. Very rare. Very rare. But when it comes to humans, and we say that we're smarter than animals, really? Really? I really doubt that. When we can kill off each other without even a second thought, and now we're in this situation where there's reports that America is going to strike back, meeting violence with violence. This is the plan. This is the way we move forward, right? You attacked us, we'll attack. Well, you attacked yourself, so we can attack you. More people will die, but we proved the point. You can't do that. Really? How many times have we seen these type of things take place? I don't know if this is this is not a conspiracy situation. I almost said I don't know. I believe this is not a conspiracy situation. This is constant nonsense that needs to stop happening. It's that simple. You know, I don't understand why we are. It's insanity. This type of world that we live in, where I'm seeing the images of little kids suffocated to death because of this chemical gas that was put out in this community. It's horrifying. Like genuinely horrifying to see that. And now people have to live through that. And you have to know that your own government did that to you. Your own people did that to you. I just can't, man. I just can't. It's absolutely disgusting. Moving on. So I don't know if you guys saw this footage. It happened in the UK, if I'm not mistaken. It happened in the UK of police officers basically dragging a disabled pensioner out of his home. Now, the first problem with this is that they say that they did try and, they knocked on his door, tried to get his attention, and he was taking long, and when he came out with his fists clenched. Now, from what I understand with this man, he had severe mental issues, which caused him to react in certain ways. He was never violent, he was not a violent person, but he would sort of get terrified and tense up, which would then result in, So they took that as a threat. 6 cops, 1 man, ripped him out of his home, beat on him, pepper sprayed him, and then hosed him down, like sprayed like a high pressure hose in his face. And one of the guys is standing there recording it nicely, I'm guessing for his private files to show his mates when they go out. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the society that we live in. Disabled, the elderly, the young. Nobody is safe. Nobody is safe. Not for you. See, the people who are set to serve and protect us, the ones with the badges, they're the ones who are actually causing most of the problems at the moment as well. They're in this mess, this lack of trust that they are putting out to people, to the communities. Why would you trust police? Why should you trust police? This video went viral on Facebook. And fortunately, I think it was 3 of the cops were arrested. They lost their jobs. That's what I want to see. More of that. Because this type of behavior needs to be stopped. It needs to. We have to stop this. If we don't stop it, what then? Guys just run rampant. Insanity. Absolute insanity, I tell you. Moving on. So we're about to close off the show. It's been a good show, as I told you. It was going to be a good show. Now we're going to close off with some positive things, ladies and gentlemen. Because that's what I want to do. I want to tell you what's really going on. And I want to tell you the issues that I feel really passionate about. And I want to address those issues. And I want you to maybe go do your own research on it and find out more about these things. But then I also want to end off on positive notes. Because, yeah, positive is good. Positive makes us all feel good inside. And there is a lot of positive things happening on social media. Moving to my next topic. The Brooklyn Nets, the basketball team in the States, did something very awesome. They took single moms and their families on a shopping spree at Macy's. The reason for this is they felt that they were in the position to do it. Simple, easy, clean. Out of here. That's it. Just good people doing good things because I am in a position to do that. Imagine if more of us did that. Simple tasks, small little things, right? I'm not talking about what they did, because that's the problem, is that people get caught up. Well, I can't do that, I don't play for the Brooklyn Nets, I don't have that type of money. Of course they can do that, they have that type of money. Stop being ignorant. Please, just use your brain for 2 seconds. You can do something good for anybody. Anybody. If you have the means, why not? Why not put a smile on somebody's face? Why not buy that hobo on the side of the road a cup of coffee because it's raining and he is cold and you can clearly see that? I'm not saying give him your money, no. I understand that everybody's a bit apprehensive to do that because the whole concept is they're just gonna go use it for drugs. Cool. Then take that man, or buy the coffee or buy the food. I don't know if you guys, a rapper named Casanova, I actually saw a thing that he did. A gentleman asked him for some money. Literally, he was putting gas. Casanova is a rapper. If you don't know, you can go check it out on his Instagram page. He put up this video. The guy, Casanova, was putting gas. Guy asked him for money. He said, "I don't have money on me. I don't carry money. But what I can do is I can take you to get some new clothes and I can take you to get some food." What did he do? He got that man in his car, took him to the Nike outlet store, got him some new tracksuits, some new sneakers. Took him to Popeyes, got him a great meal for, I think, like, oh wow, like he had bags of chicken. Simple deeds that will change somebody else's life. Simple. Simplicity. Right? Me personally, if I don't finish my lunch, I'll keep it, I'll give it to the guy on the side of the road. Because at the end of the day, he may not have eaten for the past week. I don't know his life, but I'm gonna at least try to be a better human in that sense. So salute to the Brooklyn Nets, salute to Casanova. Yeah man. More good news. Told you people. ending off on positive notes, I want to shout out Jacques for this. He actually found a lot of the positive content. So shout out to Jacques, my cameraman, for hooking this up. I appreciate you. In the NFL, the Rams, ladies and gentlemen, the Los Angeles Rams have added 2 male cheerleaders to their squad. Yeah. Done. That is epic. I mean, we haven't seen cheerleaders in NFL, right? I don't think, no, it's never been done before. We've never seen male cheerleaders in the NFL. I think it's cool. I mean, I see in the high school level in the States and at the collegiate level in the States, there is that. So it's pretty cool to see it happening at the pro level, to show male cheerleaders that, yo, you can actually do this. Like, this could be a job for you, you know? Like, I think that's cool, man. Like, I've seen cheerleading. I think cheerleading is cool because like gymnastics and cheering mixed in one, and you get to do like flips. I would have loved to, but I think I'm scared of heights. Yeah, I'm pretty scared of heights, so I wouldn't have done that. But shout out to the Los Angeles Rams. That is epic. That is awesome. See, these are just changes, guys. Changes, and there's nobody going, oh well, it's a female sport. It's not a female sport, though. So if there were people who said that, you're an idiot. Last but not least, I want to close this off with the lady who, in my opinion, on Friday, broke the internet with her debut album, Invasion of Privacy. Ladies and gentlemen, Cardi B, killed it. She put her album out on Friday. It went gold on Friday. I've been listening to that album. I listened to it on Friday, I think at least 10 times. I just think it's an amazing album. I think it's a fire album. You know, one of the reasons why, if we talk about Cardi B's success and why she's managed to get to where she is, a lot of it has to do with Instagram and Twitter. A lot of it has to do with her presence there. You know, you wouldn't have. It's crazy, right? Who would have thought that a stripper from New York would now be one of the biggest selling female rappers of all time? All of that because of her social media presence. Dominant social media presence for a very long time. Yeah, some people might say it's antics, it's this, it's that. But a lot of the time it was really positive stuff. You know, Cardi B she puts out a lot of positive videos, you know, just about, you know, helping young girls be themselves, you know, you're beautiful the way you are, you know, just really, you know, championing things that are extremely important in our society today. So, you know, Cardi B really smashed it. There's so many songs on there that I just love. Obviously, the Migos feature Drip is amazing. Rings with Kalani is amazing. The track with SZA is amazing. The track Through Your Phone is amazing. Like, literally, there's no skippables on that album. You know, and the reason, as I said, I'm speaking about because she released the album on Friday. It came up with the hashtag trending. I think for like 2 days it was trending, that album, and everybody was speaking about it. Obviously there's, you know, your naysayers and your haters and, you know, oh no, but she doesn't write her own raps and this and that. We live in an era now where we can't say that about hip hop anymore. We really can't. Hip hop can no longer speak on that because there's a big difference between rappers and hip hop artists. Big difference. Cardi B's a hip hop artist. Nicki Minaj, hip hop artist. I'm also going to say Drake is a hip hop artist. He's not a rapper. He doesn't write, they don't write their own raps. And that's okay. Because we now live in a day and age where guys can mumble songs where you don't hear what they say, and that's considered rapping. Nope. If we're gonna start to move the goalposts, ladies and gentlemen, especially in these communities, yeah, we're gonna start moving them correctly. You can't move it for one person and not move it for another person. As I said, you can't play both sides of the coin. You cannot do that. It is impossible. You have to choose one, and that's it. So, salute to Cardi B. I love that album. I think it's an impeccable album, and I think it's probably going to be my favorite album for the next 6 months. What else happened? Musically, oh well, obviously Drake put out a new song yesterday, or was it yesterday? I think it was on Saturday. I think it was Saturday. Yesterday was Sunday. He put out a new track. Go check that out. He's gonna have a big year as well. You know, he's using social media well as well. The way he's doing it is also another game changer. You know, when I say social media, I mean all the platforms. YouTube, When an artist is putting out a single and the video at the same time, you're literally causing people to do two things. You're causing them to go stream it, so if they want to just listen to the audio, or if they want to connect the video to the audio. It's brilliant. It's just brilliant thinking. So brands should start thinking of, I mean, how can you do it? Right? How can you not collaborate with an artist, but like how can you make this sort of work for you? I don't know. Figure it out. Hit me up in the comment section. Ladies and gentlemen, I am back. Ooh, and it feels so good to be back. I'm super excited to have done this show. Next week we'll be back again. The week after that we'll be back again. We're not going anywhere. It has been epic. Thank you so much for joining me this week on another episode of The Late Shift. I am your host, Suleiman Steele. Remember this one thing. We cannot play both sides of the coin. Thank you very much for joining me. Have a fantastic week. I will see you next week, Monday. Peace.